Oh, well, first, could you say hello to all the Korean fans and listeners of this radio show first?
Hello, everyone. Glad to be in Korea. This is my first time in Asia, let alone Korea, and we love it so much we want to move here. So we just love you all.
And also in here, when he played a song, well, he haven't met you, so he don't know how exactly pronounce your name. So he just say Neil Zaza.
That's correct.
That's Neil Zaza, but I think Neil Zaza. That's right.
Zaza. That's exactly.
Zaza. All the albums of you as well as in Korea. So
thank you.
Yeah.
It means a lot. It means a lot.
All he needs is like get your autograph on the CD. So
no problem. No problem.
Yeah.
You finally had a first show in Korea, and that was Boots and Rock, an international rock festival. And a lot of people say, and in the internet message board, everyone's like, it was such a great show. And just tell me about what was shows like, and what did you feel about it exactly?
It was probably one of the finest shows I've ever done in my career. Obviously, the first time in Asia, first time in Korea, didn't know what to expect. And the fans were absolutely breathtaking. They were absolutely amazing. They listened to the music. They knew the songs. They had banners up. You'd raise your hand, and everyone raised their hand. It was the best show I've ever done in my life. It was fantastic.
Well, some people just trying to be nice, and they just saying it, but we just we can't really see your face, and we just can feel it. It's from your heart. So it's actually like
it is.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is. I was in disbelief a lot. It was because it was so good that I couldn't stop smiling the whole time. It was great.
He's just saying, you look so much better than the picture, and he was just curious about your age. So
age, 38.
38.
Yeah.
No.
20? No.
21.
You look so much young, like a 28.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good living.
Good
Good living. Yeah.
Maybe you can guess his age too.
I would say 25.
35? No.
35, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You look good.
Yeah.
You're older than him, so maybe here, like respecting old people from a Confucianism. So he should, respect you like a real brother. Here's some lady behind you. He was curious about that woman behind you, like maybe girlfriend or a wife. Or,
This is Peggy.
Yeah.
And this is my manager, tour manager, as well as my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So there's business goes into my personal life a lot. So she takes care of everything for me, and she's my partner as well. So it's a real nice situation.
You must be happy because she is so cute.
Yeah, I agree. She holds me together. I would be, walking around, or I have no sense of time or anything, and she's always, we got to do this, So she's fantastic in so many ways.
Well, we got enough time, so just chill out, Peggy. We got enough time. Man. Well, we just play the song, your song, I Spy. We're just curious about it, what song it's about and what it's like. And
I came up with the basic riff of it, and it sounded very James Bondish. Sounded like out of a James Bond movie. Mm-hmm. So he was a spy, so I Spy. Mm-hmm. And it actually has become one of the songs in the live show that I always end with. And we didn't do this time, but a lot of times I burn my guitar. It's a real exciting tune live. So I like doing that.
Do you burn your guitar at the last time when you played the song?
Not at Busan, but the time before I did, yeah. The only reason I didn't bring a guitar to burn is because I couldn't get it back on the plane smelling like gasoline.
Mm-hmm. That's the reason why you burn your guitar, like when you play the song.
The crowd goes wild when I do that.
Well, it must be expensive. You probably
I have one that I always burn.
Oh.
Like it's a stunt guitar. I have one that always goes. So it's not any of my main ones. So.
Well, the cheap guitar will be the burning guitar will be the cheap one. So he was just curious about the price. How much is it?
It's a Fender. It's a good Fender Strat, about maybe about $1,000 US.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a song called "I'm Alright," but this song is like all the Koreans' favorite. So, what do you think about this song?
This is actually one of my favorite tunes ever. It's fun to play. I like the melody on it, and it's actually probably my most famous tune around the world. I always get requests for it. So, everyone seems to like this song.
Well, this program is starting with Eric Johnson's trademark, and also he's playing the Zaza song a lot. That song is especially, am I right?
That's great. When I wrote this song, it was the first tune I wrote for Sing, and I was listening to a lot of Eric Johnson, so he inspired the song, as well as, since it was the first tune I wrote, I was like, I'm all right. I can do another record. Yeah. So I knew that I had some more music in me. So
this is the first album of you, I mean, like, this is the first introduction of Lil Zaza in Korea.
Right. It's a great record. I think to do a studio record is one thing, but to be able to play it live and sound better than that's where I enjoy playing. So that's why I like doing live records, because it sounds better.
Well, he's saying, like, you've been tour a lot, so how many days, like how long you play in a month, like in a year?
Lately, I haven't toured as much, simply because I've been recording, and it took me 2 years to do the One Silent Night project. So I've been more in the studio lately. Coming up, I'll work on another record, and I'll hit more shows, live shows, tour, for sure.
When you tour, like, you probably miss your home, and you probably miss your couch, want to go back to home, and kind of homesick, probably. What do you think?
Sometimes I do, as long as I like now, especially Peggy comes with me, so that brings like home with me, But I do miss. I miss our cat. I miss our cat the most. So that's we always talk about. I miss our cat. So I miss things, but I enjoy playing, and I enjoy touring, and I enjoy the fans. So that makes up for it too.
So where are you from, actually? Where are you born in? Like?
I was born in and still live in Cleveland, Ohio, which is Ohio. And for a long time, I wanted to maybe live somewhere else, and I just decided that it's easier to get my work done, and I can record and put the band together in Cleveland, and then I can go anywhere. So that's why I still live in Cleveland, actually.
He only been in Salt Lake City, so he doesn't know anything about your hometown, Ohio. So tell me
Cleveland. It's on Lake Erie. It's north coast of America, and it's considered the rock and roll capital. That's where a lot of firsts in rock and roll happened. So it's nice with that. The weather is exactly the same as here, except we don't have the beautiful ocean and beaches. So
you just started listening to music, and when did you exactly start to play guitar?
I always listened to music ever since I was young. I started to play when I was 10 years old, and I think I might have been in 5th grade in the United States. And from there, I took guitar lessons to learn how to read music. And then I heard the first Van Halen record. And once I heard the first Van Halen record, that was it. I knew that's all I wanted to ever do is play guitar. So Van Halen 1 changed my life.
Well, did you get any chance to play with Eddie Van Halen?
I've never got a chance to play with him. I've been to his house and the studio, but he wasn't there.
Oh.
So that's the closest I've ever gotten.
Any specific, like a musician or a singer or something like that you want to play with?
I don't know if there's one person or musician in particular. I just always want to keep stretching my boundaries and playing with different players and better and better and better players. So I don't think there's one player in particular I would want to play with. Just keep meeting all of them.
Well, what do you really care about when you make your own sound and pick up the guitar tones? And what do you really care about? What do you think is?
What do I think about tone wise?
Yeah, tone, and when you're trying to make your own sound, like a whole sounds like a whole band.
I just try to make it sound on CD as it does in my head. So I just kind of always listen to what I hear in my head and try to match that, and I think that's what I try to do.
Well, a lot of notorious and good, amazing guitar player. They're playing guitar every day. It's really hard to say, but do you play guitar like every day? How long do you play guitar in a day?
That's a good question. Very good question. I don't play guitar every day. It depends. Sometimes I play all day. Sometimes I don't play for 2 weeks. So a lot of times I don't really practice. I more or less write songs, or I'm getting ready to do something, or I'm recording or something like that. So it depends. I could go very long stretches of time, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and not really play. But that space enables my head to clear out. So when I pick up the guitar next time, I have a fresh approach to it. So a lot of times I don't play guitar as much as people think I do.
우선은 we're gonna play the song called Fargo. So tell me about it. What is the song about?
I was on the road with Bobby and the Buddha doing that tour, and we had a day off in Fargo, North Dakota, and I was in the hotel room and I got all my recording equipment out, just running through some ideas, and it turned out to be an idea on the tape, and a lot of times I would just very quickly make a note of the tune, like Fargo, or maybe I wrote it in the bus, or I would just make a quick note to remind myself where it was written. So that was just called Fargo, and I just kept that rough title and kept it. That's why I wrote it in Fargo.
Who's your favorite guitar player?
I have a few favorites that were also my influences. Eddie Van Halen, like Neil Schon of Journey. I think he's fantastic. I like Michael Schenker. Randy Rhoads was always a big one for me. So those probably are my top guys.
Well, it doesn't matter if he's a solo player or just playing some band. Is there any some kind of your also the favorite guitar player, like a solo guitar player or a guitar guy from a band? Is there any
from a band?
Yeah.
I really like Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. I think he's real neat, and the reason I like him is it's a new brand of guitar hero, like Eddie Van Halen or Randy Rhoads. It was a lot of notes. He's trying to make the guitar really sound like anything but the guitar, making noises and squeaks, and he's very disrespectful to the guitar in a very good way. And I really admire that. It's a real cutting edge. I like that a lot.
And no solo player, like just guitar player.
I like Eric Johnson a lot. If
Eric Johnson,
I think he's fantastic. To me, he plays with a great deal of melodic sense, very melodic. Neil Schon still I love because again, you can hum whether or not you like Journey or not, which is either way is fine. You can always hum one of his guitar solos, and that's the beauty of him.
What's the most important elements in your music when you write a song?
The melody is first and foremost. If there's no melody, then people won't remember it, And it doesn't matter how fast you play or how much technique you have or how flashy you are. If there's not a good song and there's not a real strong melody in it, then no one will remember it or want to listen to it twice. So melody, for sure.
I think the reason you're really popular is it's like people love your melody,
Thank you.
The same
very
as
much.
feel from your music. I'm sure you love all the album you just recorded and produced it and whatever. But what album is your favorite album if you have to pick up just one?
If I had to pick one, I would say Staring at the
Staring
Sun.
at the Sun, yeah.
But every one is different to me. The One Silent Night, that took me so long to do because there's orchestra on it, and it was such a hard project to get through. Ten Zen Men I like because we wrote and recorded that record in I think 3 or 5 days, start to finish. Like walked into a room, nothing was written, and in 5 days or 3 days or whatever it was finished. The live record, we put so many miles on. So everyone, I love all of them, but Staring is my favorite.
Yeah.
We're gonna play the Lost in Your Dream and tell me about the song.
It's one of my favorites on the record. It was called Lost in Your Dream because it sounds very Pink Floyd-ish, very dream state. Again, one of my favorites on the record simply because it's so melodic that, when I hear it, sometimes I get a kick in the stomach. I like, wow, I really like that song a lot. So
Well, you just played in a Busan Rock Festival, and we're kind of curious about a new lineup of your new band who played at Busan Rock Festival.
This is probably one of my best lineups I've ever had, including the Snap Crackle Pop tour. On drums, it was Bill Ciosi, who's been with me about a year and a half now, and just an amazing drummer. I would put him against anyone. The bass player is really something else, Doug Johns, and keyboard player. This is the first gig I've ever played with him, Frank Lucas. Frank is from Chicago, and the rest of the guys live in Cleveland with me.
Most of your song is like just instrumental, but don't you think like you need some vocal on your songs?
No.
No, the only reason why maybe.
You never heard me sing. I always get asked that question, and I have written vocal tunes with people, and it's fun, but this is how I express myself, and this is how it's most natural to me. So I stick, I think, with what I feel most comfortable with, and that's that, an instrumental.
Never checked your vocal. I mean, we never checked your song, but... All right, you better just play the guitar then.
Yeah, I'll just play. Yeah.
Well, you played a Kashmir and some song from Ego Winter Group. How could you decide to play the song?
We just feel that it's right for the moment. Like we've always been a big fan of Frankenstein. I know in the United States it's a big song. Plus, gives the keyboardist a chance to solo. A lot of nice unison runs together. It's just a fun song to play. Kashmir, we were just kind of messing around with the riff as a joke at rehearsal, and we decided we got to put this somewhere. So we decided to put it before I Spy, and a lot of times that's the beauty of what we do is we don't have to do it exactly the same way every time. So if next time we play Korea, we might do something different. So we always keeping it fresh for us.
How many guitars do you have, and what's your favorite model?
I have about 15 now. My favorite model is I have a red Eddie Van Halen Ernie Ball guitar. It's a stop tail piece, no whammy bar that I bought in Scotland when I was on tour, and I've had that probably about 10 years now. And that's my AA #1 guitar. The only reason I didn't bring it today or at the Busan Festival is it sent back to the factory to get fixed. So
you got it like a 15 guitar. Do you think you're gonna get more guitars later?
Always.
Tell me how many guitars are you gonna get more?
I never know as I go through, and I pick them up one by one. So you could never have too many guitars or too much money. They all sound different too. I might have that many, but I know each guitar sounds a different way or plays a different way. So they're all like little babies to me.
And also, he's just saying, well, to get a more guitar, you should sell more album, more copies.
Yes.
It's important to get more guitars.
That's right. Yeah.
There's a lot of, tons of beginners, guitar kids who are going to start to play guitar. Give them any advice,
Be serious about what you do, and obviously practice a lot, and play music because you love it, not because you see the music channel on TV and want to be a rock star. You should really play music because it's part of who you are, and it's just because you love it.
Also, this is the last thing. Just say goodbye to all the Korean fans and all the listeners of this radio channel.
Hey, everyone out there, this is Neil Zaza. It was great being in Korea. I hope to be back soon. And please listen to my music because I write it and play it for you. And if I could just say, I'd like to thank Dream On for having me, and Andy, thank you so much for being great with me. Mr. Park behind me, who's sleeping.
He just wants you to be a bad guitar player, and don't forget about all the fans in Korea, and also Korea too.
Absolutely. I want to be back soon.
Yeah.
Next time I'm in town, I'm coming to see you guys again.
You're going to play the song Purple Rain, and just tell me about the song again.
It's always been one of my favorite songs. Every time when I recorded it, I knew I could never improve on the original because the original is so perfect. But I knew that I could at least try to do it my way, and it's one of my favorite songs.